All right, a pleasant good evening to you and yours, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. Apologize for the late start. We had a little traffic altercation on the way down I-95 here today, which prevented our arrival on time. But the good news is we are here safe and bringing you Fort Pierce Bengal football, brought to you by Big Loyalty Trouble Bail Bonds and Pool Boy Mafia. The score is 6-0 with the Bengals on top here. Alan Slaughter-Zinski with you on a hot night here at Cleo Mack Field. And the Bengals are in white. It's a whiteout tonight, as that is the Outlaws. They look to throw. Quarterback gets outside the pocket. He's pointing for a blocker. Won't find anybody. He'll pick up a couple of yards on fourth down there, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. The quarterback for Pompano Beach is C.J. Days, and again, as they have been all season, the 4-3-1 Bengals defense is highly effective, and now the offense takes the field with a 6-0 lead. I'll get the scoreboard updated for you here in just a minute. Coach Big John Meach down there on the sidelines. Yep, I had two cars wreck in front of me. Whatever came off of one of those cars blew out my left tire. And by the time my car ended up where it ended up, I couldn't get a regular jack underneath it to change the tire and needed some help. So help arrived. I want to thank my good buddy for helping me out with that. And here I am. We didn't miss too much time. We missed about 10 minutes of the first quarter. And Antoine Edgecombe, I believe, is the quarterback. Look, stop. Oh, he goes deep on first down. Wide open, caught. And at the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Bengals. Antoine Edgecombe to Cam Webb, and it's 12-0. How about it? That's a beaut right there. 75 yards. And it's 12-0 pending the extra point. Webb had a step, and Edgecombe laid it in. Good way to start. 12-0. This is a big game, too, because the Bengals are looking to get into the playoffs. And this one, now they're going to go for the 2 here. They're going to line up. Great play. Let me know if we're freezing. If we're freezing, we'll go back to our regular Facebook Live. But, we'll go back to a Facebook Live. But I guess it looks okay. All right, here comes. We're actually going to kick here tonight. All right, I'm digging it. We ain't seen that this year. And on the kick, of course, is going to be Michael James. The snap, it's not very good, and we got whistles and all kinds of stuff going on. Antoine Edgecombe to Cam Webb for 75 yards. And just as we turn on the camera, bam, it's 12-0. The Outlaws, the Pompano Beach Outlaws, 3-3. Great crowd on hand here tonight. Again, we want to thank Pool Boy Mafia. Hashtag Pool Boy Mafia on Facebook. And we're going to do this all over again, so I'm not sure what happened here, but we're going to do it again. Pompano Beach. I'm not sure exactly how they're offsides. Bounce the snap again. And I mean, he put him into the end zone. The 2-point conversion's good. It's 14-0. I mean, he literally took him and swung him into the end zone. So the conversion is good. That conversion brought to you by Pool Boy Mafia. service, installation, and repair. And in the blink of an eye, 2 possessions, and it is 14-0. Nice job, guys. Nice job. Maybe I need to be, well, no, because I don't want to be getting into accidents all the time either. All right. 3 and 4. My bad. Thank you very much. Pompano Beach 3 and 4. I was looking at the sheet earlier. I saw a couple different records for them. Thank you very much. Who is that? Lane Moore. Appreciate that. My usual Saturday night people on with me here. Whew, man, I'll tell you, that's a hairy thing when you blow a tire on 95. I still want to know how 2 people can collide. It's 3 cars on 95. We're all going straight. How do you collide? As the Bengals get set to kick off here. 14-0, quarter 1. Kick goes into the dead spot. And the first touchdown, I am told, was scored by Torrey Howard for the Bengals. What's your name? DeAndre. My man DeAndre working the clock here. Help me out with that one. As this Fort Pierce Bengal defense takes the field with 4:27 to play in the opening quarter. Hopefully we can stay with this good signal all night long. It's hit or miss here. It really is. It's weird. The first couple of weeks here, bam, no problems at all. Last time we were here, we couldn't get a good signal to save our soul. What I like about this Bengals offense, they are, starting to turn it up a notch here, and it couldn't come at a better time, to be quite honest with you, as the season draws to a close. They've got 1 game left after that. That'll be on the road. You'll see that here on Brevard Sports Network. We travel. We're going to travel with them as well. So 4:27 to play here in the opening quarter, 14-0. I mean, that was just a purty ball thrown by Antoine. And I've been tough on Antoine at times this year, but I think Antoine's been tough on himself. And certainly you can see there that was just a great read. He didn't rush anything. He stepped into it, spun it beautifully down the field, and hit Cam Webb in stride for the touchdown. And now, as they misplayed the ball, they being Pompano Beach, misplayed the ball in the left-hand corner. We couldn't see it because it's that dead area. But, yeah, they're going to be first down from their own 4, and the running play goes absolutely nowhere as John Tucker gets in there and shuts it tight, and it'll be second down and a loss of 1. I'd like to welcome in Tom Myers and Elaine Morey watching here on Brevard Sports Network. 14-0. I don't remember if at any time this year Fort Pierce put up 14 points in this first quarter here. So good on them to put Pompano in a hole this early. You got to change the plan now. Quarterback is C.J. Days, and Days turns and gives, and the running back goes nowhere again. I mean, he picks up 2, but it'll be third. It'll be third down, and as long as the plant guy stays. All right, so he picked up 5, not bad. So he must have wiggled his way there in some space. So it'll be 3rd and 7 here. So I wouldn't think this would be 4-down territory. See my man up front, Kendrick Gaskin, the big D end on the left-hand side there. Big number 94 in there as well. Number 30. And it's 3rd and 6, we'll call it. Day looks, fires, throws, caught underneath. And that is a Pompano Beach first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Outlaws at their own 16-yard line. They moved the ball the last time, stalled. Man, DeAndre had a good point when I came in. Just said they were doing whatever it is they wanted to do, but it did stall out there. 2:30 to go in the first. And there you see the score on the top of your Pool Boy Mafia screen. 2:20. Looks to throw. Nice pass underneath. Caught. And right now, that ball hauled in by Trayvon McDonald. And right now, the secondary, I think, is giving a little bit too much cushion. The old bend but don't break philosophy, but they've just bent for the tune of 23 yards in 2 plays, so it's 1st and 10, 31 now. And here they come to the line of scrimmage. Clock stop. Quarterback Day again, little swing pass to number 8. That's as good as an 8-yard run as Michael Turner, who's listed on the IR. Apparently he's not, because he's right there. Makes the catch and gets out of bounds, or does he get out of bounds? He does get out of bounds, and it'll be 2nd and 5. So not 8, but 5 in, well, maybe it is 8, 7, 6. So 2nd and 4 now for that Pompano Beach offense, who really honestly needs a score on this drive. No doubt about it. Because right now it does not appear as though the Bengals offense is being stopped. Number 33 in the middle there, Willie Boston, my guy, big defensive tackle. 2nd and 4, Day. Man, we got whistles. False start on Pompano Beach, so they shoot themselves in the foot here, and they'll back themselves up, and it'll be 2nd down and 9 now for the Outlaws. Want a water? I got one. I got another one in the car. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, man. Can't be up here, man, without no water. It's like drinking air, ain't it? 2nd and 9 now for Pompano Beach. Glad you could be with us here tonight on Brevard Sports Network. And again, my apologies for the late start. A little mishap on the way down, but nice cutback, nice run, and quickly and abruptly ending it was number 52, whom I don't have on my roster for some reason. Let me see if the updated roster online has it. So it'll be 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7. Day brings them to the line of scrimmage, and he'll be in the gun. He's got a back to his left. He's got 2 doubles. They're split equally each side. Play action, looks, rolls, tells him to come back. Now he's going to let it loose, and that's going to be picked off. Beautiful play, and picking it off for the Bengals is Rodney Matthew. And Matthew with a big pick And the Bengals are back in business. 1st and 10 with $1:13 to go here in the opening quarter. 1st and 10 at the Pompano Beach 36. Nice pick. As Days just threw that one across the middle. It was all white jerseys there. And one of them grabbed it, and away he took off with it. A return of 23 yards. And Edgecombe will lead them back out here onto the gridiron for 1st and 10 at the 37. He got a back to his left. Speedy Knowles in the slot. That's my guy right there. Speedy, keep your eyes on him. Now they're going to have 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. The give is to the back in the backfield, number 43. Yeah, I need an updated roster. See here if we got one. Yes, indeed. That's Dequan Harris, number 43. So Harris. Knowles in motion. Jet sweep to Speedy. Speedy gets outside, cuts back, and he is greeted by a bunch of Pompano Beach Outlaws brought down by number 5, Cliff Hamilton. But Knowles gets the Bengals close to another first down here. It'll be 3rd down and short for the home team. This is definitely 4-down territory, and that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter with your score. The Fort Pierce Bengals 14, the Pompano Beach Outlaws nothing. We'll be back with our second quarter here in just a moment. Second quarter will be brought to you by Big Trouble Loyalty Bail Bonds. Family owned and insured. Big Trouble 24/7 service here to help you and your loved ones go through and get released quickly. 14-0. Speaking of quickly, 14-0 in the first quarter. Oh, what happened? Uh-oh, something come out? Something come unplugged? Did we just lose power? It's on. Did we? Huh? You got it back. Whatever you did, you got it back. Yeah, you good. Ain't nobody even noticed. That's crazy. Nice job. And here we go with the start of the second quarter. Edgecombe with two backs in the backfield, three wide receivers, two to the right, one to the left. Edgecombe turns. Oh, they ran into each other in the backfield. It's DeQuan Harris back there, and he's going to pick up nothing, and it's going to be fourth down and short now, 4th and 3. So decision time. There's not much of a decision to make here. Obviously, they're going to go for this. Jake King. Jake, unfortunately, a little traffic accident on the way down on 95 and actually ran over some debris from an accident that happened ahead of me and blew out a tire. So I was about 20 minutes late getting here. But I did get here in time to see Antoine Edgecombe hit Cam Webb with a 75-yard touchdown. And the conversion was good. And we're 14-0. First touchdown was scored by Torrey Howard. I didn't get to see that one. Fourth down and short, so everybody's caught up, I believe. Second quarter, 14:01 to play. Edgecombe looks. Nope, not yet. And down goes Edgecombe. Big number 81 in there that time. David Fields gets the stop, and that'll be a turnover on downs. And that's unfortunate because they were 2 for 2 on their drives to start this one. And now C.J. Days and that Pompano Beach offense will come back out onto the field. 13:50 to go in the second quarter. How we lose that board's flashing in and out? Yeah, can't be nothing you're doing, though. I wonder if it's something they doing over there underneath of it. You know what I'm saying? Look, it just went off again. 13. I don't think it's you, man. I think it's something. I think it's something they're doing over there. First and 10. Days throws, lobs it up. Oh, it's caught. And this is going to be a Pompano Beach Outlaw touchdown. C.J. Days throws it up, and running underneath of it for a touchdown was Victor Jones. And, wow, one play, 70 yards, and a touchdown. And it's 14-6 with 13:31 to go in the second quarter. I'll fix that here. I'll fix the quarter right here after the extra point here. Unbelievable. Is that what it is, a Y or something? Is it? Okay. So a 70-yard touchdown from C.J. Days. And now it's a ball game. No longer feels like a route. 12. We'll let you stop it. Right. No, they're all right. Thrown, caught. Nice job. Threw that ball into triple coverage. And it's 14-8. Who came up with that one? Looks like number 11 did. Derek Kennedy. And that conversion is good. And Pompano Beach, they ain't laying down here, that's for sure, as they have pulled to within 6 here. 14-8 with 12:09 to go. They know what quarter it is. If they don't, shame on them. Yeah, time is all you really need. Be like Facebook when somebody picks on a misspelled word. Don't it drives me nuts. You spelled your, Y-O-U-R. It's supposed to be Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. And get off my page. 12:09. Travis Cass wants to know what happened. A touchdown by Torrey Howard. A touchdown from Antoine Edgecombe to Cam Webb. Made it 14-0, and then Pompano Beach defense held on 4th and 3rd. And on the first play, C.J. Days threw a 70-yard touchdown pass, and the conversion was good. And so we're 14-8. Hope that gets you caught up there, my friend. And the kick is off and fielded at the 10. Out across the 20, 25, now all the way to the 40. He could be gone. He's at the 40, the 30, down to the 25, and all the way down to the 15-yard line. Great run back. I believe that was Don Travius Joseph there. Joseph with the big kick return, and that is exactly what the football gods ordered for the Fort Pierce Bengals. After giving up a 70-yard one-play drive touchdown, they've now got it 1st and 10 at about the 17 inside the Big Trouble Loyalty Bail Bonds red zone on the big return by Don Travius Joseph. And Edgecombe brings them back to the line here. He's got two backs in the backfield. The one that I can see is Storcha Smith, and the other one is DeQuan Harris, and Harris will go in motion and act as an H-back, and now Storcha will move to the left of Antoine. Split wide right is Cam Webb, and Edgecombe turns, gives to Storcha, stiff arm again. Storcha still on his feet. Storcha Smith in for a Bengals touchdown, and Fort Pierce has answered. However, there's that little thing to deal with there, and it's coming back for a hold. And Storcha Smith's run for naught, and that's going to be, first of all, don't they know that it takes a lot out of my voice to do a touchdown call? So you can't be throwing flags on touchdown calls. That's the first thing. The second thing is I didn't see a hold. Depends where he called it, but I didn't see one. I certainly didn't see one on the lead block. Storcha Smith just stiff-armed everybody. You could argue he didn't have any blocks up there as Storcha just threw him down. But anyway, it's going to be first down and about 22 now, and that's the thing that's ridiculous about these holding penalties. At any level, they're spot foul, so if they happen 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, you take it back 2, and it turns out to be a 12-yard penalty. Should just be a 10-yard penalty. So it's first and 22 now, as DeQuan Harris is in the backfield again. And Webb is split wide right, doubles, which means two wide receivers split equally. A little bubble screen here to Webb. Let's see what Webb does. He gets outside, and he'll be brought down. We apologize. We because of where we're set up here, we've got two blind spots. Obviously, you see that one there. And then the other one is the left corner. So we do our best to capture all of it. There is 10:33 to play here in the first half between the Bengals and the Outlaws. The Outlaws struck quickly with a 70-yard touchdown pass on their last drive. We've seen two big passing plays as Edgecombe had a 75-yarder to Cam Webb. And it's 14-8. Edgecombe now with Storcha to his left, Quan to his right, one wide receiver split wide left, two to the right, Webb the wide man right. Turns, gives to DeQuan, and he cuts back, and Grease greeted angrily inside there. Nice play by number 9, Matt Charles, the defensive end, coming in and shutting down DeQuan Harris. So it'll be second down, third down, and about 16 now with 10:29 to play. And the clock keeps stopping. There we go. We've had the scoreboard's having technical difficulties with a wiring issue in the back. Edgecombe looks, throws across, open, but overshot him. Overshot his receivers, and Edgecombe knows it, but he overshot him. So it's going to bring up fourth down, and obviously in the territory where they can go for it, and they will. We've seen Fort Pierce pick up plays like this before. So we're going to get a timeout on the field. Telling me about your. I'm sorry, what was your name again?
The quarterback?
No, your name.
Oh, Jerry.
You're telling me that the quarterback and the receiver that misconnected it on that were having some communication issues on the last time they came out. So it's 9:50 to go. 4th and 16. Edgecombe takes a peek at his brace or his hand bracelet there or wristband, throws, caught, nice job across the middle. That's a nice pass, but it's going to be well short of the first down, I believe. And that's going to be a turnover on downs. And that was hauled in by Tommy Mitchell, but short of the first down marker. You got to go at least to the sticks on a play like that. I'm thinking maybe they thought Mitchell could stretch it out, but that was a nice play by the DB to cut him down right a yard or two after he caught the football. So now, with 9:22 to play in the half, the Pompano Beach Outlaws have shown they can score big too, and now have the ball with a chance to take the lead. If they can get into the end zone, they are 1st and 10 at their own 25, so they've got 75 yards to go here. Both of these quarterbacks having a pretty good first half, I should say, outside of the interception that C.J. Days threw to the middle of 3 Bengals. But outside of that, not bad. Hope everybody had a great Easter weekend last week. The Bengals with one more game. A win here tonight is big because this is critical. The Outlaws are 3-4. The Bengals are 4-3-1. So you definitely Bengals want to be 5-3 going into that game in 2 weeks against the Bulls, which you'll see. That's on the road. And you'll see it here on the Brevard Sports Network. Days looks, scrambles to his right, throws, and that ball was nearly picked, but just a little bit too far outside. And it's 8 minutes to go in the first half. We'll see if we can't fix it at halftime. Is that what it is? So it'll be second down and 10 from, I'm not sure why they haven't flipped the yard marker yet, but second and 10 from the, it's a penalty. Well, no. I'm sorry, the ball's on the 15, not the 25. My apologies. So the ball's on the 15, so it's first and 10 on the 15. So I'm sorry about that. Should probably put my glasses on. Days, play action. Running back was like, I don't want it. Throws. And I'll tell you what. He just flicked that. Pretty good arm strength there, but he threw it into double coverage, and it'll be third down and 10 from their own 15 now with 7:39 to go. He just kind of flicked it. Flashing the old arm strength there. Third and 10 now. And if there has been one area, and keep in mind I'm nitpicking, but if there has been one area that the Bengals defense has been susceptible to at times this year, it is third and long. They have at times given up the big play on third down for first downs and touchdowns. So let's see here. There's two DBs deep. And they blitz and kept it on the ground. I think that's a wise move and absolutely destroyed. Blitzing was Steven Jean-Cantier there and kind of forced that play the other way. So it'll be fourth down and 8 after a gain of 2, and Speedy Knowles will be back deep to receive this punt, and Knowles is electrifying. So if he can get the ball cleanly, field it cleanly, anything can happen. I love watching Speedy run with the football. Ted Lucien is there as well. The DB is up. I'd send everybody here. I'd have one person back and 10 guys on the line of scrimmage, and I'd go after the punter right here. Looks like Emmanuel Badillo is the punter. On the outside over there is Jadil DeJesus, number 22. And Sandravius O'Neal will try. Oh, that's a horrible punt. Horrible punt. And the Bengals will take over first and 10 just outside the Big Trouble Loyalty Bail Bonds red zone. It'll be first and 10 for the Bengals at the Pompano Beach 21. Back in a moment, 6:17 to go. All right, welcome back here. Antoine Edgecombe leads them out of the huddle as Tommy Mitchell will split wide left. And Cam Webb, who's got a 75-yard touchdown pass, split wide right. It'll be Ranchavis Sears and Storches Smith in the backfield. Edgecombe gives the Sears. Sears with a nice cutback there as he is greeted inside with a textbook tackle by number 3, Terry Taylor. And that'll bring up second and 9 for the Bengals with 6:03 to play. It keeps stopping itself. It's crazy. Here we go. Second and 9 here. Throws, caught. And all the way down to the, couldn't see, but it looks like he's down to about the 8. So it'll be first and goal for the Fort Pierce Bengals as they look to add points here as the clock continues to tick. That clock's messed up. It's jumping in 4-second increments. You see that? That is crazy. Here we go. Turns, gives. This is Storcha Smith, who is owed a touchdown. He got one called back on the last drive. Gets down to about the 5, so it'll be second and goal for the Bengals from the 5 here. Two things got to happen here. Got to score, and he can't get any flags. Edgecombe turns around and says something to his running back. Sears in the slot. See what happens. Smith cuts back again inside down to the 1, 2, and it's going to be third and goal as the Fort Pierce Bengals continue to hammer down inside to try to score here with 4 minutes to go in the half. 4 minutes. Third and goal. So 2 chances to get in here for Edgecombe and the offense. Sears in motion. Oh, no. And luckily, Antoine Edgecombe is able to jump on the ball. I don't even know what happened there. It looked like a decent snap. I don't think he looked like he was ready for it. I have a little 30-second delay from the time the play happened to the time you're seeing it, so I'm taking a look. He just missed the ball. Edgecombe just missed the football there. And now it's going to be – why is that was third down. Why is what are they doing here? Now it's fourth down. Oh, I see. Okay. Are they punting? Oh, no, they're going to kick a field goal. I'm like, what? I didn't see a holder. So Speedy Knowles now comes on to hold us back up here. Maybe a fake. He couldn't kick the extra point early. Couldn't get the snap to go. So let's see what happens here. This is 28. That's offsides. And the kick is no good anyway, so they'll get a chance to do it again as that one goes off the front of the pickup truck there. Referee says no good, but offside, so it'll be fourth down, but with an opportunity to do it again, it'll be Michael James. It'll be 5 yards closer. It should be. Nope, they're calling for the defense, so I guess it was against Fort Pierce. So, all right, so the kick is no good. The penalty is declined, and Fort Pierce with a golden opportunity there cannot take advantage of it, and now Pompano Beach with 1:41 to play in the first half trails by 6. Two minutes. Put up 2 minutes. So it's going to be the 2-minute break here, and we'll step aside. You're watching Fort Pierce Bengals football and the Florida Champion Football League here on the Brevard Sports Network. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes on our clock today. That's, it's acting strange to say the least. There's a loose wire in the back, so we're going to look at it at halftime. Anyway, 1st and 10 with 2 minutes to go. And here we go as C.J. Days looks to throw. He does. Open underneath and dropped. It'll be 2nd and 10, so the clock will stop with $1:53 to go here in the first half. That was a nice throw right where only his receiver could get it. His hands failed him. Where's the DJ at? It's a whiteout night here tonight. Big Meech asked for everybody to wear white shirts here tonight as the Bengals are in those pretty uniforms. I think they got some of the best-looking uniforms in adult league football. Days throws, and that is intercepted again. And they're going to whistle him down. That interception by Sandravius O'Neal. Nice job by O'Neal. Took his helmet off. That's a 15-yard penalty. And we got a flag down on this side of the field, too. So we're going to see what all this yellow is on the field here. It's going to go against Fort Pierce. They're going to call offside, so the interception is going to be negated. So it's going to be a 5-yard penalty. And Pompano Beach gets lucky following the pick. And they'll walk it off 5 yards. And it doesn't matter what the down and distance is here. They need a touchdown. I mean, you could pick up a first down. It's theoretically 6 to go to get one. But 1:47 and I think one timeout left. You got to, and I'm sure if you know football, you know this term, you got to matriculate the ball down the field here. The underneath stuff is good, but you need a shot across the middle here. Something 30, 40 yards if you can get it. So it'll be 2nd down and 6 for C.J. Days. He's got Chesant St. Melis next to him. C.J. looks, little screen pass to the aforementioned. And down he goes. That's a first down, 139. And the clock continues to run with 129 to go. So you know what it does? Every time it cuts off, it still keeps the time. And then when it comes back up, so you're good, actually. And Pompano Beach, 1st and 10 at their own 34. So Days trying to get it down the field here, 105 actually. Ball on the ground. Days picks it up. He scrambles to his left. He says go, and he'll go right out of bounds for a gain of about 3-4. And with 55.3 seconds to play, as that clock will stop because Days was out of bounds, it'll be 2nd and 5 from their own 40. So now they're matriculating the ball down the field a little bit. Coming up at halftime, absolutely nothing. Take a little break here. So here we go. 3rd down. 14-8's our score. Touchdowns by Webb on a 70-yarder from Edgecombe and Torrey Howard. Days throws. Oh, beautiful pick. Sitting there waiting on it. And this could be a pick 6. Breaks a tackle, pushed out of bounds. Nice job by Harold Miller. And Miller gets the pick. And the Bengals now with 46 seconds with a couple of shots to get into the end zone. Nice job by Harold on that one. As Harold picks up the little one and says, look what Daddy just did. And nice job, Harold. Pushed out there. And here we go, Edgecombe with a couple of shots to take here. And as a quarterback, I never like to be inside the 20. I didn't like that if I was throwing a football because this is about 25, 30, 35. It spreads it out a little bit, and I think it still forces the opposing defense to play normal. It doesn't shorten the field too much for the defense. So I certainly think this is an opportunity for Edgecombe here and this Bengals offense. Storches Smith, I believe, is to his left. Throws out to Knowles, and the pass is not a good one. And it'll be second down and 10. Coming up tomorrow on Brevard Sports Network, if you're a fan of 7-on-7, we've got the 7v7 Elite National Championship tomorrow from Orlando, Florida. All of the championship games right here on Brevard Sports Network. Some of the country's best will be going at it. Knowles, blitz, throws, open, caught, touchdown, Speedy Knowles. Did they say? They say no. He bobbled it. The bobble caught him. So I thought Knowles had it. He did catch it, but the bobble cost him. So third, that's a nice play. I'd run that same play I'd run that same play on the other side. 23 and a half seconds to go. You can't sweat it. 23 seconds. I'll take a look at that wire in the back. So it's third down and 10 now. Again, down in the distance don't even matter. That's crazy. Keeps going out. 23 and a half. Third down here for Edgecombe. He's got four wide receivers with Storches Smith to the right of Edgecombe. Edgecombe drops, looks, throws, caught at the sticks, first down, and down goes Cam Webb with 16 seconds. Timeout on the field with 16.1 seconds. So they'll pick up the first, or won't they? I guess they won't. Was he that short? Wow, I thought he was closer to it, but I guess not. So it'll be fourth down coming up here. And let's see what they dial up. Likely, definitely, unless they score the final play of the half offensively for the Bengals. Both of these teams flexing their big play muscle tonight. Both have a touchdown in one play. The Bengals 75 yards, the Outlaws 70. All right, so it'll be 4th and 3 here for Edgecombe as Webb goes wide right. Knowles in the slot to the left. Throws across the middle. Caught by Speedy Knowles. Knowles bounces off two tacklers. He's got a first down, so they're going to have to take a timeout. And they do with 9.4 seconds to go. Nice job by Speedy there. He bounced off the one tackler and then had to go down because he recognized he couldn't score And when he did that, he goes down and allows his team an opportunity to take a timeout. So a headsy play there, smart football play by Speedy Knowles there on that one. And at the very least, I think they obviously have one. Maybe if Edgecombe can play it right and time allows, things got to fall into place for Antoine. But I think he can get 2 plays out of this if he can't complete the first one. The ball is at the 9, so technically it's first and goal. We'll see how it plays out. This is the Bengals have been inside of this 30-yard line a lot tonight. I didn't see the first touchdown, but their second touchdown came from well beyond the 30. Of course, as I said, 75 yards. So, a touchdown here would be huge. Who kicked off? Do you remember? To start? Okay. So, Pompano Beach kicked off. They'll receive to start the second half. And we'll take a 17-minute break at halftime and then come back with the second half. And an all-important second half, as Andre Finkley says, this is a big game here. Playoff implications as we get down to the nitty-gritty of the Florida. Huh? I don't know. I don't think so. I think is that what it was? So a must-win then for Fort Pierce. So here we go. Yeah, if it's a must-win for White, it's got to be a must-win for Pompano, too, because they're right behind them. So Edgecombe looks, throws, caught, still on his feet, cuts back again, and unfortunately, half second to go, and they'll take a timeout with 0.5 seconds. And second down coming up. That doesn't matter. My goodness. Dre's fast fingers got that clock to stop at a half second. I don't think I've ever seen that. That's pretty solid right there. So they got a shot here. What are they debating? That's going to be halftime. So, all right. So here we go. That's the end of the first half. Hey, man, if it's halftime, it's halftime. Or if there's half second left, there's a half second left. But the refs say no. So your score at the half, as we try to mess with the clock, and you'll see what's going on here. It's 14-8 for Fort Pierce on top. All right, nice job by the ladies there for your halftime. As we are getting set to go here in quarter number 3. Got us a game, I'm told. The winner goes on to the playoffs, and the loser is done for the year. So, with even a game to play, feels good, don't it? I didn't turn nothing on. I thought you did. As we get set to go, 14-8's the score. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I guess, man. I had it up when I left. I guess the wind took it. As long as it don't go off, we all right. That thing was crazy. So Pompano Beach will receive. Down there eating on pickles for cramps. Big Meech and the boys led this thing 14-0. We got other league action going on tonight right here on Brevard Sports Network. We got the Elite American Football League also in action, the East Coast Sharks, and I believe it's either the Duval County Raiders or the Dade County Raiders. Set to kick off will be Michael James. No, that ain't Michael. Looks like Sears out there kicking off. Wrench Avis. No, it ain't Sears either. Whoever it is, booted it out of the end zone. You better pick it up. All right. Nice kickoff to start the second half. And the Pompano Beach Outlaws and quarterback C.J. Days will take over 1st and 10 at the 20. 14:52. We think we have the clock issue solved. We'll see. Now I think we're going to have to contend with thunderstorms. Once again, we want to thank Big Trouble Loyalty Bail Bonds for their support and their sponsorship. Family owned and insured at Big Trouble. There's no trouble too big, and their loyalty to you, the customer, is never too small. 772-461-5771 or visit online at www.bigtrouble.loyaltybonds.com. 1st and 10. C.J. Days offsides. It'll be 1st and 5 now, as the Bengals defense is anxious to get going. We'll do it all again here, 1st and 5. Days from the gun, turns, play action, throws, dropped over there by Harold Miller. So Miller with a pick and dropped that one. Good try, though, to bring up 2nd and 5. The incomplete pass stops the clock with 14:46 to play in the third, just underway in the second half. Days again. Chesson, St. Mellis in the backfield. He gives to St. Mellis, and St. Mellis reverses field. Gets outside. He's got a seam, and he'll pick up a first down. Nice run by St. Mellis. He was drilled over there on the play by Rodney Matthew, but not before. The Outlaw picks up a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 38. That was just a great. First of all, I don't think St. Mellis was expecting the football on the RPO there from Days, but he got it, and he made the most of it. Well, split wide right here is Chris Ridgway. Days turn, play action, in trouble. He's going to make something out of nothing as he was being chased by big number 94. 74, check that, 74. Nope, 94. No, it was 94. That was Demetrius Anderson. So Anderson runs him out of bounds. Won't be a sack, but it'll be a short gain. And it'll be 2nd and 7 now for the Outlaws. 13-10. You got to hurry here. I can't imagine that they aren't pushing the time clock on this. 2nd and 7. Blitz being showed by Jean Conter, and Days looks. He just lets it go. Wide open. Caught. Down at the 20. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Pompano Beach. 62 yards. And just like that, the Outlaws take the lead. Big play. Nice pass, but receiver didn't catch his number, but he was standing there all alone waiting on the football. And with 11:55 to go here in the second half, third quarter, we've got a tie ball game, folks. 14 aside. He was all alone. Nope. Yep. They got a 70-yard touchdown and a 68-yard touchdown. And Days now from the gun. He's got no wide receivers. Or no running backs, I should say. Throws. He caught it. And that's a 2-point conversion. And it's 16-14. Pompano Beach has stormed back to take the lead. 16-14. My bad, my math. You got to excuse me. I went to school. Five to play. 16-14. 16-14 is the score. I'm giving them 4 points on a 2-point play. I gave him the wrong one that time. Let me get this fixed right. Now we're right. So the opening drive of the second half is a thing of beauty for Pompano Beach. And it's 16-14 for the Outlaws. Nice play. Good throw. And, you know, I tell you, Days didn't rush it. A lot of times as a quarterback, when you see a receiver downfield like that, wide open, your eyes get big as half dollars. You can underthrow it, you can overthrow it, but Days didn't do any of that. And that's a great return there by Dontravius Joseph. And he's down, but Fort Pierce will take over 1st and 10 at the 49 of Pompano Beach. 16-14 Outlaws on top. So they have scored 16 unanswered points after being down 14-0. Gaskin on the sidelines, asking everybody to step away from the fence area. He wants to communicate with his teammates and not his family right now, is essentially what he relayed there. As Antoine Edgecombe leads them back out, it'll be Quan Harris to his left, and I believe it'll be Storchis Smith to his right. And it's Harris that with the ball. Harris bounces off one tackle. And it'll be 2nd and about 8. 2nd and 8 for the Bengals. Glad you could be with us tonight on Brevard Sports Network. Storchis Smith, nice little run there by Storchis. He follows a block into the hole and picks up a couple of more, and it'll be 3rd down and a long 4. They say 3rd and 5 officially. Edgecombe drops. He's in trouble. Ball's out. Picked up by the Outlaws. And we got a flag down. Keep that in mind. Edgecombe dropped the football. Terry Taylor was there to pick it up. See what the flag's for. Possibly a hold. And Pompano Beach has all the momentum right now. Edgecombe just dropped it. And so that ball is dead on the 50. I'd go right back to the deep ball right here. I'd take a shot right here on 1st down. Why not? Pot. Points off turnovers. Biggest thing that wins football games. Nothing is bigger in any level of football than converting points off turnovers. 1st and 10 at the 50. Days. He's like 12 yards deep. Now he moves up. He's got two wide receivers near side, a receiver to his left, and that receiver to his left went on his own snap count. That was Victor Jones, and that'll back him up 5 yards. So it'll be 1st and 15 from the Outlaws 45. Bengals need a win or their playoff hopes are done. Same with the Outlaws. So 1st and 15 at the 45. Play action. Rolls out. Nice block. Looks. He just lets it fly down the field. And that ball hits the ground in traffic. And I like the play call. Take a shot. I think you want to spread it out a little bit more. There's nobody in the middle of the field. Everybody was bunched up in one area. But anyway, they did take the shot. I thought they should. So it'll be 2nd and 15 from the 45. The incomplete pass stops the clock with 9:37 to go in the third. And after trailing by 14, Pompano Beach has scored 16 unanswered on 2 long touchdown passes by C.J. Days. 1 for 70 yards and 1 for 68. All right. 2nd and 15 here. Fort Pierce shows blitz. They bring blitz. And it's effective as that'll be no gain. And checking back into the game is big number 94, Demetrius Anderson. And Anderson will come in and clog the middle. And taking a break here will be Willie Boston. The linebacker on the edge out here who keeps showing blitz is Steven Jean Conteri. 9:30. You're the best clock operator we've had in 4 home games. I'm serious. Best one. Yeah. 3rd and 15. And John Contieri showing blitz again on the outside. He backs up in coverage this time. Throws. Open. Caught. But it'll be short there. Sorry about that. I overshot the camera. Nice catch by number 2 there. Darrell Osborne. And it'll be 4th down and 7. Why not go for it? Although I think I'd punt and try to force them back. You got that offense sputtering now. If I'm the defense of Pompano Beach, I'd ask for a punt here. I would not want to give them good field position. And versus Dre says they could get a 1st down. And that would alleviate any of that talk at all. Nobody in the backfield. 5 wide receivers set. C.J. Days. Days looks. Throws. Oh, this could be 6. And at the 30, 20, slips at the 15-yard line. Nearly a pick 6 by Harold Miller. And that's a huge play. Miller goes down, but the Bengals are in business with 8:01 to play in the third. Can that be the turning point of the game? 4th down at their own 50. They elect to go for it and throw an interception that turns into nearly a pick 6. The 2nd interception of the night by Harold Miller. As Antoine Edgecombe, I believe it is, yep. Edgecombe with Sears to his left. I thought it was 6. Sears inside. Flag. See what the flag is. That can only come from the area of holding. That is a big turning point there. Bengals got to make it work, though. They got to make it work. And if you're Pompano Beach, you can't get down. You've held this offense in check since allowing 14 first-quarter points. They've not scored since, and one of them a big play. So you can look at it a couple different ways if you're each team. But if you're the Bengals, you have certainly got to score. Get something here. 4-down territory, and this is going to go against Fort Pierce. And it's going to be 1st and 15. And the ball's going to be backed up to the 15. Nope, it's going to come back further than that. It's going to be 1st and 20 from the 21. So that hurts. As Edgecombe brings him out. He's got Sears to his right. Cam Webbin. So that's Knowles on a jet sweep to the right. Breaks one tackle to Speedy. Speedy cuts back, comes back again. Speedy still on his feet. Speedy finally goes down. Speedy Knowles flashing his namesake there as he picks up 7. And it'll be 2nd and 13. Ball at the 16-17. Huh? Yeah. Cut a couple cut back across the field. It's like a Barry Sanders run. Barry Sanders used to pick up 300 yards a game, but he only get 150 because most of them were going this way. Speedy does a good job making plays. I always say, give that man the ball in space, and Speedy will make you pay. And there you see is a 7-yard gain there on 1st down. As Webb will go wide right. And Tommy Mitchell is the lone receiver to the left. Edgecombe with Sears in the backfield. Edgecombe, 2, 3, 4-step drop. Looks, he's going to take off. He's got room. Edgecombe cuts back again, and this time is brought down, and that's going to be a flag. And that's going to go against Fort Pierce. Not sure. Big Meach wants to know what's the deal here. And Fort Pierce is shooting themselves in the foot full show. And that's going to back them up. This going to be another spot foul. Goodness gracious. So now it's going to be 2nd down. And you might as well say a trip back to Brevard County for me because 2nd and 35. I mean, that's what it is. There you see the yardsticks up there to your left. There that is right there. And just hurting themselves with 6:53 to go following the pick by Harold Miller. Can't do anything with it at this point. The only positive that there would be was it opens the field up a little bit, and Edgecombe with nobody in the backfield looks to throw. He does. Nice throw all the way down to the 15. Still on his feet. Touchdown! What a catch and run. Get the number. Is that Miller again? Was that Harold Miller? No, that's Sears. Sears catches the ball out of the backfield and breaks a couple tackles and gets in for a Fort Pierce Bengal touchdown. Pompano Beach blew it. They missed a couple tackles. Had him, and Sears makes plays. He does there. You think he's happy? I'm not sure where he's going, but
Hey, they said keep it running. They said keep it running. I keep it running.
Five.
Hey, they said keep it running.
5:57. Sears looked like he was stopped. They didn't bring him down, and that is a touchdown. How about it? 20-16 now, pending the extra point. Straight up the gut, and he's in for the 2-point conversion. So with 5:53 to play here in the third, the Fort Pierce Bengals have stormed back and scored their first touchdown since the first quarter to take a 22-16 lead.
I'm Marcus May, and you're watching Brevard Sports Network.
My man. All right, welcome back here as the Bengals look to kick off after the 39-yard touchdown by Ranchavis Sears. And that was just a little catch out of the backfield, and that was all Sears on that one. As he takes a breather. Got some pushing and shoving out front here. Between Jared Patillo, the big tight end, and he's going to have to come off. I'm not sure why Jared would walk in the middle of Fort Pierce Bengals, but he's coming off. Frustration, I would imagine, on that last play there, but still very much in this ball game. Flash showing that slash as he gets in the end zone there, breaking a couple of tackles. And the DJ is cranked up now. It don't take much to get him going. And here's the kick, and it's not a great one. To be fielded at the 25, out across the 30, 35 to about the 38. And that's where Pompano Beach will take over. So 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions in this one tonight by C.J. Days. And that time, it is the Bengals with points off turnovers to take the lead. 22-16. Good football game here. Glad that you could be with us here on Brevard Sports Network. Pool Boy Mafia. You can find him on Facebook at hashtag Pool Boy BOI Mafia 386-523-8162. If it comes to a pool, above ground, in ground, you name it, Pool Boy Mafia does it. Call today at 386-523-8162. And we would ask that you support those that support the Fort Pierce Bengals and the Florida Champions Football League. So please, when you need somebody, God forbid somebody should get in trouble in your family, it's Big Trouble Loyalty Bail Bonds. And so, Pool Boy Mafia. And we'd always like to. Oh, did he? I think he broke his hand. We want to take this opportunity to thank all of the sponsors for the 2023 season. It says Treasure Coast on there, but it's Fort Pierce. Big Trouble. And I wonder if, let's see here, we got OE and OE Attorneys at Law, McGowan's LLC, the Installation Station, Hog Technologies, Cafe 66, the City of Fort Pierce, Affordable Fast Bail Bonds, the Law Office of Philip Yacucci Jr., Steve Ziskender Law Offices, Coastal Fleet Services, Auto Insurance World, Maverick Boat Group, and Elgin's Designer Trim, all loyal sponsors. And what we're going to do is we're going to step away, and I believe this is going to require some serious medical attention. I believe he broke his hand or something there. So we'll see if he gets up and comes off, and then they tend to him, or but regardless, we're going to step away here on the Brevard Sports Network. All right, so this is a leg injury, and the ambulance is coming onto the field. So never a good situation. All right, we're going to step away again and take a break, and we'll keep you updated here. Injury timeout on the field. So what we'll do is, so you can kind of keep tabs, we're going to back way up here, just like that, and we'll be back. So the stretcher has arrived here. Obviously, if you're watching, you saw the stretcher come in from the right side of your screen there, and so they are loading the player onto the stretcher. I'm told it's a broken leg, so the ambulance can't get through because of the parked cars there, so that's why they had to kind of walk these 120 yards. As we wait, and we'll return when action returns here on Brevard Sports Network. I'll find out what player it was. I don't put myself in the middle of that stuff during those timeouts on the field. But it's actually 5:48 to go, and the injured player has been carted off with a broken leg, I'm told. That much I do know. We'll find out here from Dre who it was. He was down there. So who was that? Who was it? Yeah. Know his name? My sideline reporter was unable to come up with the information. He's got some good-looking fries, though. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. Thank you. Here we go. Would they put him in an air cast? Oh, my God, a compound fracture. Who was that? How you doing, man? Now, who are you? Oh, are you? Okay. Who was that? Okay. All right. Nice to meet you, man. What? All right, here we go. What? Did this happen? Did this happen after the touchdown? Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why are they kicking it off again? It happened right there, right? All right, they're going to kick it off again. They might have forgot what they did. Having fun up here. You stay hang out. All right. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate you. Yeah. And here's the kickoff. And we'll do this all over again. And he drops it this time. Cuts it back. Uh-oh. Gets in sidelines. Nice move. And tackled out of bounds at the 45. So this is where Pompano Beach will take over. All right, this has been a game of big touchdowns tonight, and a lot of them. A 68 and a 70-yarder for Pompano Beach, and a 70-yarder. All right, 5:10 to go here. I forgot everybody's names for Pompano Beach. C.J. Days, the quarterback, takes over 1st and 10. He's got a 68 and a 70-yard touchdown pass tonight, but he's also got 3 interceptions, and two of them costly. The Bengals do have 14 points off turnovers tonight. I want to thank Pool Boy Mafia. And here we go. 5:10 to play in the third. Bengals showing blitz as they do on nearly every play. Little screen pass. Is that a lateral? Nope. Okay. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 on the incomplete pass. A little quick out. Wasn't quite a screen. Little flare there. If I'm the Bengals, man, I try to find that running game when they get the ball back. Take some time off of this clock. Only in the third quarter, nearly 45-minute delay for the injury. That's offsides. I don't know how that wasn't called. Days throws, caught, and he ran the wrong way with it, and he is stuck and driven. Nice play by Chris Wallace, the CB, and it's going to be third down. He had a first down. He caught the ball and ran 4 yards the other way with it before he turned around and started back towards the first down marker. And now it's going to be 3rd and 2. So if it was 4-down territory for them in the second quarter at their own 45, it certainly is 4-down territory for them at the Bengal 47 with 4:43 to play and running. Man, y'all stuck around. Look at that. All right. Days looks to throw, and he's going to take off. He'll have the first, and he runs out of it, runs back into it. And he's going to get down wisely and pick up a first down. And now the ball is at the Bengals 41. At least the lightning stopped. That was good. What one comment says, not them pushing the ambulance. Oh, my God. 1st and 10. Days. No wide receiver or no running backs, 5 wide receivers. He's under pressure. He gets outside, looks to throw, does. And that ball was nearly picked off. And jumping high in the air is Chris Ridgway for Pompano Beach because he was wide open. Wide open. So to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 41. Pompano Beach running a lot of 5 wide receiver sets here in this third quarter. And Days has gone all the way over to the sidelines to get the play. And they may need to take a timeout here. Get the play clock somewhere around 10. The referee starts the play clock now. All right, so my bad. 2nd and 10. And Trayvon McDonald is sent into the inner slot. Here near side, 5 wide receivers set again with no backs in the backfield. Throws way short. 3rd and 10. And Days right now coming up short here on a couple of his throws. Referee says 3rd down. Fort Pierce scored the first 14. Pompano then 16 unanswered. And then Chavis Flash Sears with a beautiful 35-yard touchdown off a little flare pass out of the backfield in which he broke several tackles. The 2-point conversion good, and that's where we stand, 22-16. Back deep to throw. Does throw. Comes back. Incomplete. 4th down. So it's 4th and 10 here in this Bengals defense. Looking to hold here. 3rd and 10. Or 4th and 10, rather. 4th and 10. See if they can pick it up or if the Bengals defense can hold here. Critical play. Ball on the 41. Bengals show blitz on the outside. They don't bring it, but he's in trouble. Stops and lets it go. Intercepted and then dropped, but it's a turnover and downs, and that's a good thing it was dropped because that was 4th down. You catch it there and he falls. It's like a punt. So, nice job on the drop. And it's 1st and 10 for the Bengals at their own 41 with 2:58 to play in the 3rd. And Antoine Edgecombe leads them out, and I suspect that we should see some more of the rushing attack here. From Louis Pierno, the offensive coordinator for the Bengals, Louis Pierno. So 1st and 10 from their own 41. Speedy Knowles in the slot with Tommy Mitchell split wide to the left here, near side. Knowles goes in motion. Oh, they ran into each other. The busted play leads to a loss of about 8, maybe 10, and Knowles is down. That hurt. And it'll be 2nd and 20 following that play. I am not sure what that was, and I don't think they do either. I don't know if that was supposed to be a jet sweep of some sort or some kind of a counter reverse. The loss is 9, so it'll be 2nd and 19 now. Knowles tough. He gets up, back in the huddle. He ain't missing time. In fact, he's going to line up right to the right of Edgecombe with Storcha Smith to his left. And the give is to Storcha, and Storcha goes nowhere as Emmett Burton comes in and blows that up. And that's another loss of 3, so it'll be 2nd and 3rd and 22 now for Fort Pierce. And they are going the wrong way here, 3rd and 22. Don't count them out. We've seen them in this situation several times, and they have come out of it. Sears with that touchdown was in a similar, he's in trouble. He gets out of it, and he gets outside the tackle box. That's the only thing that saves him. Throws it away. It'll be 4th and forever as the punt team comes on, and unable to do anything at all with it are the Bengals offense, and that's going to bring up 4th down. 1:30 to go here, 90 seconds to play in a long 3rd quarter as the big guy comes on to punt. Michael James. And they need a boot here for sure. And back deep for Pompano Beach is Victor Jones. The up man is Clifford Hamilton. Need a good snap. June says, come on, let's go, cousin. All right. Good snap right in his gut. Nice punt. That's a high, but not very deep. It's going to come down at the 45 and take a Fort Pierce bounce. So not a bad punt. 33-yard net. And with 57.8 seconds to play in the third, Pompano Beach will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 32. Still not baiting. I like it when everybody interacts. Keeps me sane during a broadcast that's, well, shall we say, a little longer than usual. First and 10 at the 31, 32 for C.J. Days. Days, the quarterback. Days looks to throw high. Yeah, y'all got to go, man. I'm doing. Yep. Let's go, guys. Shut that door for me on your way out. Thank you, man. There you go. There you go. Second and 10 now for CJ. And he's got one back in the backfield, and it's St. Mellis back there with him. Throws, nice throw. And a good catch there by, I think that's Jeremiah Johnson. No, it's number 18, but I don't have an 18 for them. I apologize for Pompano. But a good catch by him nonetheless. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 3 now. Under 30 seconds to play here in the third. But a good football game. When we're playing. So doubles, that's wide receiver split equally to each side. St. Mellis in the backfield with Day. 3rd and 3. And he got him. That's offsides. I don't know why the flag's not thrown. Referees, yeah, no. I'd be upset if I was the Pompano Beach coach. He stepped right into the neutral zone. I know you're afforded the opportunity to get back, but that's a jump in the back, and he just didn't do it. I was going to say that's got to be offsides. They got away with one earlier in the game. And Ted Lucian's he's declining the penalty, but you can't decline penalties against you, Ted. Sorry about that, buddy. So that'll be a first down now for Pompano Beach at the 40 of the Outlaws. 7.9 seconds to go. you just get the feeling, man, that the next touchdown wins, whether it's Pompano Beach, and obviously if it's the Bengals, if it's just 6, it puts them up by 12. But neither offense seems to be doing anything here. Days, 1st and 10. Gives. Actually, nice fake. Days gets outside, and he'll be out of bounds after a gain of 8. And that'll stop the clock with 2.8 seconds to play in the third quarter. So he'll pick up 7, so it'll be 2nd and 3 now. Faked me out, but that ain't hard to do. Ball dead on the 50 here. They stopped that time, did not encroach. He's in trouble. And that time he's brought down by Steve Jean Contier. I think is how you pronounce his name, and that's a big loss. And that'll back him up. It'll be 3rd and 7. Number 52 could have taken a handoff on that one. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter with the score. Fort Pierce 22, Pompano Beach 16. From the last time the Bengals took the field to this season, they've lost, well, a lot of family members in the process. Dante D. Truth Williams, Edelman Joyce, Devontae Dukes, Ronnie Head Jones, Larry Big Man Johnson, Cedric Wilcox, Brian Triple Pryor. Rest in peace. This season is in remembrance of the Fort Pierce Bengals fallen players as we head into the fourth and final quarter here at Khalil Mack Field in beautiful downtown Fort Pierce. So C.J. Days now with no backs in the backfield, 5 wide receiver set, 3rd and 7. Oh, he's got room. He's got to break a tackle here. He does, and he'll pick up the first down on 3rd and 7. Nice run by C.J. Days. And Days is their offense right now. I don't know why I keep jumping that camera ahead. Y'all being too kind. My producer tonight, normally I got a cameraman and a producer, but we had 2 of these games tonight to do. He's up in Brevard County taking care of an EAFL game that I'm pretty sure is over by now. And between the Space Coast Sharks and the Dade County Raiders. 1st and 10 for Days. And again, a 5 wide receiver set. Now, St. Elmo's comes around, and they'll swing it to him. Breaks a tackle, cuts back, and he's got Another 13 yards, and Pompano Beach is the Raiders win. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Bezzy Thomas, they're 7-0 in the EAFL. I think what's his name still gives away those belts and money, I think. I'm not sure how it works there anymore. You see, run the clock, and 14:43, second and he does not pick up 13. I guess he stepped out of bounds, so it'll be 2nd and 2. Thank you very much for that update. Bezzy? Beezy? If I'm mispronouncing that, forgive me. I know the first year they were in operation last year, I think he gave out $10,000 to the champs to split up. And that'll be offsides. And if the Bengals don't stop them here, could be a long fourth quarter. But the Bengals have done a good job this year scoring in the fourth quarter. It's those first 3 quarters that have bit the offense in the butt. Not tonight, though. They got 14 in the first, which is looming large now. Second down. Days. Throws. Oh, he's open. What a throw. What a catch. That ball was a dead duck in the air and somehow found its way into Tigner's hands. Lavera's Tigner, a running back, catches that ball. I mean, that ball didn't even look like it had spin on it. And Lavera's comes up with it, and it's 1st and 10 inside the Pool Boy Mafia red zone. At the 15-yard line. It's good coverage. I mean, ball was just, I don't want to say perfectly thrown, but in terms of direction it was. Not taking it away from him. But he got it in there. It's like he shot put that thing in. 1st and 10. They can get a first here because they're at the 15. Day's in trouble again. Wiggles out of it. Says go. Throws. And can't see that corner. That's our other blind spot. Incomplete. 12-19 to play in the game. So it'll be 2nd down and 10, and a field goal is of no use. I don't even know if they have a kicker, or if they do, if one made the trip. Linda Neese says, love my Bengal team. Coaching is the best part of family and kids. Yeah, I tell you, I'll give all the credit in the world to all of these guys out here. I mean, these guys go to work all week, and most of them have families, and both teams. And come out here on Saturday night and let it all hang out like that, and see a guy break his leg a little bit earlier. This ain't the NFL. NFL Players Association ain't going to snap up and take care of him. So I certainly feel you. Days in trouble. Gets rid of it, throws. Nice catch. Still on his feet. I don't know where he gets pushed out, but that was a heck of a catch by Trayvon McDonald inside the 10. And it looks like it's going to be 3rd down and 4 here. Obvious 4-down territory. It always amazes me what these guys put on the line, considering this don't pay the bills, that's for sure. I have mad respect for the coaches and players. I don't care what league you're in. Mad respect. So 3rd and 3 now for CJ and Pompano Beach here. 12:09 to play in the game. That's not CJ. That's number 2. And he is in or stopped short. I thought he broke away, but that's number 2. That's Tigner again. Tigner gets a first down, I believe, on a direct snap to a running back play there. And he stays in, does Tigner. I don't know if Days is hurt or what. But it's Levaris Tigner that's in. $11:20 to go. First and goal inside the Big Trouble Loyalty Bail Bonds red zone. Ball at the 4. Tigner with St. Melis, and that is incomplete. Intended for. Check that. I'm sorry. That's Darnell Osborne. My apologies. What are they doing? 10:25. Right there. Whistles. And a timeout as C.J. Day checked in. Here we go. What could quite possibly be the game here. You know, June, I'm going to tell you a story here in a minute. Tell you all a story. After whatever happens here. It's a pretty good one, too. 2nd and 4, 5. Offsides, half the distance penalty coming. So, obviously, Brevard Sports Network's up in Brevard County. We broadcast a lot of, most of Brevard County high school sports. And so, obviously, we do the Cocoa Tigers, and they've put some people in the NFL over the last couple of years. And one of those players was Juwan Taylor, went to the Jaguars, and then recently signed a 4-year, $80 million, $60 million guaranteed contract with the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I covered Juwan when he played youth football for the Rockledge Raiders Youth Football Association. And never in a million years would. Now, Juwan had the size. You certainly believe, you saw the size in Juwan, but you just didn't think that he would be able to develop the footwork and the speed and the strength that was needed. That kid worked every day. And when I say every day, I mean every day. And finish it up here after this play. Days now looking. And he goes down And that's a sack on the play. I want to make sure I give credit where credit is due there. Looks like 34 with the big-time sack, John Tucker coming in. So anyway, Juwan would work with whoever would work with him in the summertime. Cone drills, you name it, he did it. Shed pounds, and then he played on that. He didn't start right away for the Cocoa Tigers, but he would by the time he was a sophomore. He would, in his junior year, commit to the University of Miami. They fired Al Golden. He flipped his commit to Gainesville to go play for the Gators. Had a great college career and then was drafted in the second round. But to make a long story short, his father died last year as a reverend, passed away suddenly. And Juwan the other day went up, was still living in Jacksonville, surprised his mother with the car of her dreams, a Bentley. And, man, that is what hard work is all about. And you are right, June. That certainly is the definition of hard work pays off. Now, I know it doesn't happen for everybody, and you certainly got to have the size to work with it. But Juwan recognized that and worked hard towards it. So it's 3rd and goal here. Looking to throw. And that should have been a hole. Throws, caught, touchdown. And the PA announcer has hit the nail on the head, but I'm not going to hate here because that's a touchdown. It's only a penalty if it's called. And that was a great play by C.J. Days, who throws back across his body and finds the open receiver for 6. And it's 22 with 8:25 to play in the game. And you could see the jersey tug on that one.
They said keep it running until he stopped it.
So 8-12 now, and this, the critical 2-point conversion. See, that's all C.J. Days going back across his. Play action throws, caught, dropped. So we're tied at 22, and we got all. Come on now, guys. We got. I know. Emotions are high, but we want to finish this. I don't want to see nobody get suspended or nothing like that. So we all tied up at 22. With 8:12 to go, and the PA guy's still asking for the flag on the holding. I don't think it's going to come myself. As we get set for the kickoff. Denise, your son started playing football at 5 now, one of the best defensive coaches. Yeah, man, there's so much. Football opens up so many worlds, but, it ain't no joke about having to work hard. You just do. Even broadcasting, like for what I do. I'm not trying to compare, but, man, I broadcast everything. Little League football, Little League baseball. I mean, I did T-ball last year. T-ball. But you got to do what you got to do to make a dollar. And you got to give them kids the same enthusiasm hitting off a tee as you do a 25-year-old out here making a tackle. And I appreciate you all. I appreciate your support. Hard work pays off. 8:12 to go. Deuces are wild because there's 4 twos on the board. 22-22. Pompano Beach and Fort Pierce here. This is win, and you're in. I do bowling. I've done bowling. I do high school bowling. We do it all the time. I even got one of those big goofy chairs that parents have that you got to sit up in. I even got me one of them for bowling. I'll do it. It's a game now. I mean, these teams battling for their playoff lives here. And here we go. And he just chops this one up in the air. Fielded at the 30. Nice move. Another nice move. Mitchell. It looked like he was dancing out there. But he nearly broke it. And the Bengals offense now has got to get something going here. They got to show some signs of life. Message me. So it's 1st and 10 at their own 41. And is it Antoine? Yep, Antoine back at quarterback. And the reason I say that is because I know sometimes Coach will rotate late in the game in the fourth quarter. Antoine with a couple of touchdown passes in this one. And the last one was to Sears, who right now, you're right, they need some blocking. Big time. Knowles, one-on-one coverage on the bottom of your screen. Give is inside and nowhere to run for Storcha Smith, and that's a gain of 1, 2nd and 9 here. We are 8 minutes to play in the game. It would only be fitting if we had overtime. 2nd and 9 now. It says run the clock, and the clock is running. Looking to throw. Does. Got a receiver, but he underthrew him. Short, way short. That's the same play they hit for a 75-yard touchdown pass back in. And you see Antoine Edgecombe clap his hands there. He knows he had him, and he missed him. 22-22, 7:35 to play. 3rd and 9. The incomplete pass will stop the clock. I got to run down to the car here in a minute, grab a charger. Big 3rd down coming up. Yep. Looking to throw across the middle. He throws it into the ground again. So 4th down. And the punt team comes on, and I think that is a wise decision here. You do not want to hand them the football on your side of the field with the playoffs on the line. 7:31 to go. As Michael James comes on to punt. And after this punt, I'm going to run down real quick and grab a charger. So I'm going to back it up, and then you'll be able to see the field. And then I'll be back up. Back deep, I believe, is Lavera's Tigner. Snap's got to be done right. And it is. That's a beaut. And a good punt, end over end. That's going to take a Fort Pierce bounce down to the 25 and out of bounds at the 23-yard line. So I'll be right back. All right, we ain't missed nothing. Yeah. All right, 2nd and 5 now. 7:03 to play in the game. Pompano Beach with the ball. Ball's out. And who's got it? They say Pompano Beach does. That was close. So it'll be 3rd down and should be about 9. Nice play. I don't know. How do we get to 4th? Should be 2nd and 9. 3rd and 9. 3rd down and 9. That's exactly what we got here. So 3rd and 9. C.J. Days back in at quarterback. The corner slides in. And that's going to be a false start. Running back moved twice. They're going to walk this off. Once the ref places the ball, the coach is complaining. But the running back set and then came up again. That was a false start. Triniqua says, "Let's go Outlaws." Travis Cash says, "Big momentum."
Oh, now y'all want me to run it now. Y'all just said, oh, don't run it. All right, now y'all want me to stop it now. Come on, now make your mind up now, bro. Just say hold it, run it.
3rd down and 15 now. 14. Blitz. Bad snap again. Days in trouble. Throws. It's caught, but well short and knocked out of bounds. And that's going to be 4th down. And so they've not been very good with the punts tonight. And Pompano Beach didn't want this. Now the referee says stop the clock. As Rodney Matthew and Speedy Knowles drop back, so does Ted Lukian. But they've just not punted the football well tonight. And football's a 3-phase game. Offense, defense, and special teams. And if you're Pompano Beach, if you haven't been good at this, you hope right now's the time you get better in a hurry. 4th and 13. That ball will never reach Speedy Knowles. Up the middle, and they drop the punt. He gets outside. He's not going to get a first down, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line, and the Bengals, with 4:57 to play, have an opportunity to win this football game. So you can be as good as you want to be at the other two phases, but can't punt. That's trouble. And the Bengals, to their credit, recognized that right from the jump there. They pulled up 2 of their guys and essentially just rushed everybody. Now the thing that cannot happen here, why are we doing this again? Why are we doing this again? What happened? Did we miss something here? Or he called timeout. And this time they get it off, and it's no better. It'll take a bounce, and it'll be down. I guess they called timeout is what it was. So they called timeout, and we're able to punt again, but the ball only travels 11 yards. So the Bengals will take over 1st and 10 at the Pompano Beach 42. So Antoine Edgecombe and company with an opportunity here to get to the playoffs if they can get the ball in the end zone. With 4:57 to play in the game. First and 10. Cam Webb, who caught the first touchdown, split wide right near side. Throws open, Knowles! And Edgecombe missed him. Wide open, missed him. Knowles was all by himself coming out of the slot. Boy, I tell you, Speedy was gone. And timeout, Pompano Beach with an injured player down. And the player's up and walking off, limping off, I should say. Daryl Osborne. So the opportunity was there. That was 6. Faux show. Here we go. Isn't it second down? Is it third? Okay, 3rd and 10. Edgecombe goes deep. Got him beat. Is that caught? Indeed. Oh, no. Did he catch that? Speedy Knowles, baby. Speedy Knowles. I can't see beyond that. And the flag that was dropped is declined. Well, that wasn't Speedy. Who was that? Cam Webb. Cam Webb again. Cam Webb. 2 big plays tonight for Webb. And it's first and goal from the 4. That damn vent right there. And with 4:17 to play, the Bengals are knocking on the door here of taking the lead. That is a huge catch, and I'm going to steal Travis Cass's words. That's a big boy catch. That's a big-time play by a big-time player. Cam Webb. They want the 3:55 to go. Right now, I'd have to say Cam is our Big Trouble Loyalty Bail Bonds player of the game tonight. They owe Storch Smith a touchdown. See if he gets it. He does. Storcha is stopped. Nice play by Pompano Beach. That's a good defensive play there by big number 10, Emmett Burton. Oh, he scored? The coaches just looked up at us and told us they scored, but they didn't. They're trying to confuse us. But Storcha all the way back to the 10 now on the loss there. Got no help up front from his lineman on that one. And it's second and goal from the 10 now. Amen. Got to finish. 2 backs in the backfield. Knowles in the slot. Webb. Give up the gut and in for a Bengal touchdown is number 30, Torrey Howard. He scored the first, and he has now scored what might be the last. And the Bengals, with 2:20 to play, lead it 28-22. That's huge. And that was nothing more than mano-a-mano, big boy football, handed off straight up the gut. The offensive line, who just couldn't get out and get a block on the play before, blows open a hole up the middle. And big Torrey Howard does the rest. And the Bengals, with a win, are heading to the Florida Champion Football League playoffs. And on for the extra point, they're going to kick it, is Michael James with Speedy Knowles with the hold. On a second and goal from the 10, the kick is up, and it's good. Yeah, it went through. And big Michael James puts the Bengals on top. (29-22). You just got to crush this thing deep and play defense. Don't give up anything deep. So Torrey Howard on the 10-yard run, set up by the absolutely beautiful catch by Cam Webb. Webb with a 75-yard touchdown earlier in the game tonight. And big Michael James, who just converted the extra point, set to kick off here. As Lavera's Tigner is back deep, and he kicks this end over end. This ball will be fielded at the 22. Still on his feet and drop. All right, here we go. The situation is 2:06 to go in the game. We still got the 2-minute warning. They have one timeout, I believe, based on my calculations, but what do I know? So one timeout and a 2-minute warning as C.J. Days has hit a couple of big touchdowns in this one himself. He's got a 68 and a 70-yarder. My Siri all of a sudden wants to kick in. She ain't there all week long, but wants to all of a sudden do something with 2:06 to play in a football game. Go back to sleep, Siri. All right, 1st and 10 for Days and the offense. 4 wide receivers, double, split equally to each side. Days looks to throw. He's in trouble. He tells him to go. Now he's crossed the line of scrimmage, cuts back, and that's a great open field tackle. Little trash talking being thrown down, and why not by number 20, Chris Wallace. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning here. We'll be back with the rest of this one. And that's not what you want to see if you're a Pompano Beach fan. That is quarterback C.J. Days being helped off the field here. I'm not sure if it's a cramp or a twist or whatever, but he's got to come off for a play. With 1:58 to go in the 2-minute warning. I don't know how the rules work when it comes to. I don't know if the Tampa Bay Tigers say Cougars 18, Broncos 16. All right, here we go. Here, the final two. And at quarterback right now, let's get a number here in a minute. It's number 5. It's Cliff Hamilton. Hamilton a little bit taller. Don't know if he's got an arm. We'll find out right here, though, won't we? Yeah, it's not too bad. Throws. And I'll tell you what, had him. And that's a great hit there. Outstanding pop by Ted Luchin. And, yep, that's going to bring up second down. Third down. I mean, he popped him. And it was clean. He just threw the ball up. His receiver had a shot at it. So C.J. Days, we'll see if he can come back in. He limped off, helped off. So now it's third down. 1:48 to play. The incomplete pass obviously stops the clock. Slot guy near sides, Chris Ridgway. Throws back across. Incomplete. Fourth down. This is it. It's the final play here. This could be the ball game here. And a trip to the playoffs for the Fort Pierce Bengals. Yeah, Travis, I hear you on that one. That's scary because he was open. Had that pass been there, that's a catch. You are 100% correct. So that's obviously something Big Meech is going to have to look at in the film here because that cannot happen. You are right. 29-22. Put a headset on that man. Cliff Hamilton, fourth down and 3. Still 1:45. So if you're Cliff here, I think you got to be thinking 3 yards. Get the first and live to play another day. Or another down, at least in this game. That's how I'd be thinking. Let's get the first. And then we can take it from there. Referee says wind the clock, and here we go. 1:45. And that's exactly what he's going to try to do. Does he get there? He lands right on the stick. The mark will be critical. And you will see by how they judge this whether he got it or not. What a hell of a play by Cliff, throwing his body out there. They say stop the clock. And that's a first down. Nice play by the quarterback. He just dove. He did not care. He's trying. There you go. So 1:26 put back on the clock. 29-22, Bengals on top. What a play. Throws. Oh, he's underthrew him. Had him behind. He was behind him. But the receiver, Cliff, threw the ball too late that time and couldn't get it that far out. You got to cut that loose when your receiver's at the 50 and let him run. Let him run. You got to let him run underneath of that. Yeah, you just got to let him run underneath of that. Yeah, because if he lets that ball go about a second earlier and he runs underneath of it, that's a touchdown. Second and 10, now down in distance, really not a factor till we get to fourth down here. But if I'm Pompano Beach, I'm looking for something around, well, a little further, maybe about the 45. And he's going to take off running. And, oh, what a play. Great play by number 52, Steven Gicontier. And he says, stop it, and it stopped with 1:17 to go. And this will be like an NBA game, the final 2 minutes. Take 30 to play. And the quarterback, and Cliff Hamilton is down now. The quarterback, he's up. They call it a timeout, so I don't think he has to come off for a play. But it looks like C.J. Days is back on. Yeah, I think on that one, man, you take too much time off the clock. You got to get rid of the ball. You got to throw it, and at least on an incomplete pass, you stop the clock. You throw it in the course of the middle of the field here, you got to at least get it down to the 40-45 of the Bengals. None of that happened, and Days now comes back in. He's got a little stronger of an arm. We saw him earlier in the game drop one in the breadbasket about 50 yards down the field, so the Bengals secondary's got to be on alert here. Yeah, I was going to say, you need too deep, and that is too deep. They're 25 yards off the line of scrimmage. Days drops back, steps up, gets outside, throws, caught, and out of bounds at the 40. Good play. It's exactly what you needed there. You picked up the first down, you stopped the clock, and you got out of bounds in Bengal territory. So that is a perfect play right there. Minus the ultimate perfect play is a touchdown, but that's a good play by Days. That's exactly what you're looking for. Still plenty of time. Still 4 downs. Nothing. You don't have to rush anything here if you're Pompano Beach. And you certainly don't have to force anything. If you're the Bengals, keep it all in front. Days throws, caught, and dropped, and that's 20 more yards. And with under a minute to go, the hurry-up offense now has to come in, and they say stop the clock, and the clock is stopped with 54.2 seconds to go, and a nice completion there. And that's an injured Bengal that caused that clock stoppage. So now he's got to come off. He is Chris Wallace, and that's a DB. So this is definitely not over. And they don't have a kicker that I've seen tonight. So if they do score, what will they do? Will they put it all on the line and go for 2? Here we go. 1st and 10. The ball's at the 25 here. for CJ Days and company for Pompano Beach.
Okay, all right. I got you.
Days drops back, steps up, nearly goes down, gets out of it, says go. Wide open across the middle. Days missed him, throws. Caught, intercepted. That's the ball game. That is the ball game. And this is a pick six at the 30. The 10. Nope, they catch him from behind. And that will do it. Days had a receiver standing wide open in the middle of the field. Threw it way too late. And I'm not sure who that was coming across. I want to say, was that Tommy Mitchell?
Yeah, that's Tommy.
Tommy Mitchell with the big pick. And returns it 90 yards. And the Fort Pierce Bengals, with their fourth interception of the night of C.J. Days. That one could not have come at a bigger time. 29 seconds to go.
That's a big one.
That was huge. Big time. Players make big time plays and big time games. And Tommy Mitchell, what a big one there. And there's Mitchell coming off the field. And I don't think this is anything but victory formation here with 29 seconds to go. And this will be the final play of the game. I want to thank my guy in the booth here tonight for all his help. And, of course, I want to thank Big Meech and the Fort Pierce Bengals and all of you that have been so kind to me down here in Fort Pierce. And this is the final home game of the year for the Bengals, and that's going to wrap it up. The final score from Khalil Mack Field tonight. The Fort Pierce Bengals, 29. The Pompano Beach Outlaws, 22. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you next time right here on the Fort Pierce Bengals Football Network, Brevard Sports Network.